Our next guest is Tammie Martin, and Tammie Martin is the owner of a bookstore in Shreveport, Louisiana called KRC Bookstore. And Rhonda is clapping. I don't know if she's clapping for Shreveport. Is she clapping
I'm
for?
clapping for Louisiana.
Oh, okay, all right.
You know, I'm from New Orleans, so I'm
I
always
know,
have love for
I,
Louisiana.
I know, but in Shreveport, like a good distance from New Orleans, and in the
It's
north
about
part.
5 hours, I think. It's about five
Yeah,
hours, right, Tammie?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like north. It's in the
Okay.
north part of Louisiana.
Right.
So,
It's
well,
practically Texas.
yeah, well, yeah, a lot of stuff is touching Texas, a lot of states touch Texas. And as I tell people all the time, Texas is big. So I know that they heard it, but it really is. So
I
Tammie,
have a
welcome.
question, Tammie. Are you a Saints fan or a Cowboy fan?
She needs to unmute first.
I'm not a sports fan.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So
'Cause
she,
a lot of people in Shreveport are actually Cowboy fans. They're not New Orleans Saints fans.
because
Yeah.
they're closer to Dallas, I
Right.
think, than they are to New Orleans.
Yep.
Because Dallas is west, but it's on the same parallel as
Yep.
Shreveport. So, welcome to Black Authors Matter TV, Tammie.
Thank you.
Now, are you still in Shreveport? Is your bookstore still in Shreveport, or
Actually, my office is in Shreveport because I'm so close to the Louisiana state line. I'm in East Texas. Most people don't know where the little town is, so I just say East Texas.
okay?
East
What's the name of it?
Marshall.
Oh,
Yeah, we know
yeah,
Marshall.
Well, we know Marshall because we go through Marshall when we go on our road trips and take 59 north. When we go the northern route, we go on a road trip to North Carolina. We take 59 north, and that's we go through Marshall when we do that. So, and Marshall's not that small, is it? What's the
Um,
population?
it's not the smallest town, but it is pretty small.
Okay. Okay. But I know I hear people talking about Marshall more than I hear about some of the other small towns. But I think they have a pretty significant black population in
Yes.
Marshall.
Well, we have Wiley College here, so we have a ET. We have a
Okay.
so,
That's what it is.
Well-known HBCU.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. So tell us about your bookstore.
Okay, well, the name of my bookstore is KRC Bookstore, and it stemmed out from me being an author first. And after I had a few books, then I decided to create a bookstore. For me, it doesn't do it until I'm sharing my platform with somebody. So that's just, me in a nutshell.
Okay, so you open a whole bookstore for your books. I think that's a bold move. And,
I like it. I
and
think
that's a
it's
commitment. That's a commitment.
Thank
So,
you.
what kinds of books do you typically have? What other books do you curate? And tell us about the kind of books you write. What genres do you focus on?
Well, my bookstore is about building the Black community with celebrating Black literature. So, all our books is about inspiration, empowerment, education, and encouragement. So, they all fall within that category because the Bible teaches us, "My people perish due to the lack of knowledge." So, you gotta give them some knowledge, and where you find knowledge is in the book, because we believe that everything and anything can be found in the book. You just have to find the right book.
amen. Amen to that.
And it's good to have facts and rather than solely emotion.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Man
So
cannot buy bread alone.
yeah. So um now when did you open your bookstore?
We've been in existence since about 2020. I started this journey on being an author.
Okay.
After writing a few books, then that's when I decided to, like I said, to open up the bookstore to be the creative platform, not only just for myself, but for other authors who are, dealing with the same thing I'm dealing with as an author. Business as any business owner, it's marketing, marketing, marketing,
Mhm.
structure, getting your information out there, telling the people about what you're doing. So that's what, the KRC bookstore is a full platform for celebrating Black literature.
Okay. Now, what does KRC stand for?
Those are actually my children's name. They're their initials. K is for my son Kelvin, R is for my son Rodney, and C is for our daughter Claudette.
So do they feel like they have a piece of ownership with the store as well?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's what, I'm trying to build a legacy for my children. So that way, once they get of age, they'll have something to fall back on. Because life gets hard, jobs go away.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to create a platform for my children to be able to at least have the opportunity of having something that bears, that's a part of them, their legacy.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Now, how old are your children?
My oldest is 24, and I have a 23-year-old and a 17-year-old. So I'm
Oh, okay.
almost,
So they're big children, but I
yeah,
get it.
It's still your
They're your
children, though.
children. They're your children. I don't care how old they get.
always, always my baby.
That's mine's. I have one. Well, I have one that I've given birth to that's 28, but I have stepchildren that are much older than that. So, two of
Okay.
whom I helped raise as well. Two young men I helped raise as well from when they were little
Okay.
boys. So,
Yeah.
So do you run the business kind of as is it like a true family business where your kids and yourself, your spouse, you're all kind of running different aspects of the business?
Well, it's mostly all me, but my son does help me out when I have various events. He's my strong arm person. My daughter does step in and help every so often, and then my 24 is my special needs baby. So, he helped where he want to help, and then when he get tired of helping, then I'm like, okay, well, now I ain't about to argue with you.
yeah. Now, did you start during COVID? Did you start your bookstore? Did you open during COVID or after? Well, if you were in
I,
2020, it was during COVID, unless it was
yeah,
in
it
January and
wasn't.
February. Those
Yeah, it wasn't quite COVID. It was after COVID. When I
okay,
opened up.
okay, okay. Well,
Okay.
it
So after
lasted
the
for
height
two
of
full
COVID.
years. So,
Ma'am.
When I was saying it was after the height of COVID, because the height of COVID
right, because I
started in
was saying it
spring.
was. Mhm.
And then people kind of got used to life around the fall,
Yep.
going to the winter time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You'd be surprised how, we think that, things are so horrible and bleak, but you adapt, you recognize things for what they are because these things are going to come. So when they come, you just roll with the punches and adapt because you still got to live.
Well, even though COVID was a really terrible time for a lot of people, it was actually a pretty decent year for me. I mean, I was able to pay off some debt during 2020. I started investing in 2020. I moved here to the DC area in 2020. So, sometimes it's what you make of it. But I know that my experience was not everybody's experience, so I don't brag on it. Some people had it very hard during that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I just feel that I was blessed during that year to where I didn't have to experience what a lot of other people experienced that year.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I do understand that. I'm just one of them type of people that whatever comes my way, if I gotta duck and dodge, I duck and dodge. If I gotta run faster, I just run fast. If I need to slow down, then hey, I just slow down. It's just, like I said, life is what you make it. Things can be a lot harder than what you let them be. You just recognize it as such. If it's here, then okay, it's here. Let's deal with it. Let's go. Let's see what we got to do because the reality is, you still gotta eat. You
Mm.
still gotta live.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm. Yeah.
what's the plan? How are we gonna, combat this thing?
Yeah. Now, what are some of your books that get the most attention in your store? Like,
Well,
or genres of books, or not necessarily titles, but categories of books.
they all pretty much get because when I do various events, I have children's books as well. So when I put the children's books up there, and I try to put them at a point where the kids can see them, to encourage them to want to pick a book up and read. And all my books are by Black authors. So it puts the, put them out there, where they can see somebody that looks like them. So they all have their own particular popularity level. It really depends on where I go. I try to go in places where I pretty much know my audience base is going to be, with where at least get people's attention. And I'm really good about, getting those contact information. Hey, let me get your information. If I'm doing a raffle or something like that. So they all pretty much get, a lot of attention. Because it's about, inspiring the community and encouraging the community, empowering.
The author community in Shreveport has actually picked up a bit as well. There are a lot more authors in the area now. Do you find yourself doing more author events and reader events?
I have not got an opportunity to tap into that audience in Shreveport. I know it's there and I see it. I do a lot of interaction with people on social media and so forth. The area that I did notice that has quite a bit of author community and so forth is New Orleans. I just recently did an event down there. I traveled there for a really big event, so I was just
Were you there
excited.
for the Black Ink Festival?
Ma'am?
Was it the Black Ink Festival?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, I pretty much, I'm a believer that you can find your audience, just about, anywhere, long as you in the right pool, because the books that I sell are, Black books and by Black authors and so forth. I do make sure I do events that, cater to the Black community. With Juneteenth, I do really, really good. Mother's Day, I do really, really good. So I always try to, pivot and, put my marketing strategy together based upon the area that I'm in, and I'm really good about reading people initially. And if I can't read you, I just simply just say, hey, come on over here and look at my books.
There you go. Come buy my book. Come look at it.
Always.
Now you're also planning event for, I believe it's July.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
tell us about that.
Okay, well, this is a particular event that I do every year. I've been doing it since 2022. I celebrate it during my birthday time. I decided that, okay, I'm not really big on my birthday and so forth. So, what can I do to, take my business to the next level? So I created a award event. So, this is my third year. I celebrate, Black authors, not just in Houston where it's going to be locally in person, but I also do a stream. I stream through StreamYard. So there's other authors in other areas that actually get awarded. So I give out plaques. We have food, we have entertainment. Actually, last year was the first year we had, entertainment. Well, that type of, and it was a live band. So I just looked upon that. So, I was excited about it when I ended up coming across this particular band, and they did an amazing job. They helped me out tremendously, with the music outside of, them playing and so forth. And then we had food and we just had a good time. We had an amazing MC. We had some speakers. We had a virtual host. It was just, we just had a good time, just celebrating Black literature, and commemorating people and encouraging people, along the way. And we have other vendors as well outside of author vendors. So it was just amazing time. The first year it was like, oh my God, what I got myself into, but I made it through. And so I was like, you know what? I enjoyed this. And this was like something, I wanted to do for my birthday. And it was just, it was just wonderful. And it made me feel really, really, really good. I was exhausted, but I felt really good about it. So I did it the second year. So this year we're doing it a third year. It's going to be at 2 p.m. It's actually going to be at the Cypress Vineyard. It's a really, really nice vineyard that's out on Jones Road. I can share the flyer with anybody who's interested in seeing it. If you're interested in attending, please come through and celebrate Black literature with us. Support these authors, support these business owners, just let them know you appreciate what they're doing, because writing a book is not a hard thing. It is a tedious task, and it's so rewarding. And so that was what this was all about, because I know people in business, they get discouraged, especially when the sales ain't what they wanted to be.
Right.
So, I created this to let them know that we appreciate them for what they doing and keep doing it, keep up the good work, keep fighting, keep striving. So, it's encouraging for the authors as well.
Okay, so what is the actual name of the event?
Okay, it's called It's in the Book Awards.
It's in a book. Okay,
Mhm.
award. And what's the name of the venue?
It is called Cypress Vineyard, and I'm gonna give y'all the physical address. It's called Cypress Vineyard. I think they've been in existence for a couple years. So amazing young lady. She came in, she did our video, she did our pictures, and just, just she just did an amazing job. And so, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So
And it's
Okay, now
going to
what's
in
the
Houston
second word you said? Cypress, what's the
Cypress
Vineyard.
Vineyard.
like vineyard, like wine?
Vineyard, Venue, Vineyard.
Oh,
Oh,
venue.
venue.
Okay, okay. I thought you were saying vineyard.
Bad
That's why I
language.
was like, I don't know. We can grow grapes here. It's too hot. Okay, and where? And it's on Jones Road.
Yes, ma'am. The physical address is 9934 Jones Road, and that's Suite A like an apple 4. And it's in Houston, and the zip code is 77065.
And the date is
It is going to be the 27th of July, which is the last Saturday of the month of July.
okay.
Get tickets on Eventbrite, as well as if you're interested in vending, or if you're an author and you're interested in having a setup like a book signing and so forth like that. It's a really cool ordeal. It's a book signing without needing to provide all your attendees, because there's attendees there and you can invite people in your following as well.
So it is an indoor event.
Yes, ma'am. It's indoor.
Yeah,
It's going to be a
yeah.
purple carpet event. It's the red carpet. It's going
Okay, purple car. Because outdoor events in Houston in July,
rough.
I know people do them, but I don't do 'em. It's just too
Well,
hot.
Gwen, you go to Tammie's event. I'm gonna be in New York on
Well, you know what? Don't count me out because we need to talk after. I told you we need to talk after the show
Yes, ma'am.
about New York. So don't count me out, Ron.
No, this is a different thing I'm
Yeah.
going to New York for, because I'm gonna be in New York the day of Tammie's event, so I can't go to the Houston.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I can because it's right down. In fact, Jones Road that's on the same side of town that I live on. So
Oh, see,
yeah, it's
That
really like it might be 15 minutes or 20 minutes at the most from me.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Well, if a
Mm,
person is not able to attend, you still able to support. If you go on
okay.
the Eventbrite page and look up "It's in the Book," there's an area where you can actually make a donation. So if you're
Okay.
not able to attend and you still want to support the efforts that we do, because we travel and so forth, if you help out with those different financial, obligations and so forth, um, you're more than welcome to make a donation. We have swag bag opportunities where we're going to be giving our swag bags to the authors and the vendors and so forth. So, if you want to take advantage of that opportunity, you definitely can. That is a small cost to be a swag bag vendor, but it makes a really big impact. You have your stuff off in somebody's bag, and everybody is guaranteed to get your stuff, so we make them up, we put them up real nice, we put some candy in there. You'd be surprised, somebody eating some candy, they gonna reach in there and they gonna pick up your card and read your card. So if you have just something as simple as cards to put in there, put some cards in a swag bag. So take advantage of that particular opportunity. So there's a whole lot of ways you can support.
there you go. I love it.
Okay. So
I
do
was
you?
going to ask if there were sponsorship opportunities,
Oh,
and it sounds like that's a good way to take part in the sponsorship opportunities while still supporting the event.
Yes, ma'am. Please, please do. I definitely appreciate any amount of support. There's no such thing as a too small. There's no such thing as being too big. We definitely, appreciate the support.
So how are you able to create synergy with your bookstore and your event? Are you able to make them work together, combine them? Um, how are you able to include your bookstore with the event or vice versa?
Well, we bring the books with us. So we do have a corner set up that has the books. So just like any other vendor, we'll have the books there that will be on racks and be accessible for people to look at and read over and see if it's something that they want to take advantage of. And also, most people think about books as something for yourself, but books make great gifts. That's one of our really really big hashtag is we hashtag support begin support. What does that mean? That means that if you want support, you got to give support. And also hashtag books are great gifts. So, you know, um, Mother's Day just passed. You can always put a Mother's Day gift together. We do t-shirts, so you definitely can put a t-shirt with that Mother's Day gift. And, so we do all kinds of things, to make it, you know, um, something you could take part of.
That would be great.
So what are your hopes or your plans for the future for your bookstore? How do you hope to grow your audience? What do you do to bring people in to the bookstore?
Well, every interaction I have, I'm always trying to notate those interactions, sending out emails and so forth, keeping people abreast of what we're trying to do. Eventually, the goal is to build a team to be able to have a designated person with each part of it. Because right now, I pretty much do a lot of the different wear all the different hats and so forth. But eventually I would like to put a team together to take care of all them different, sections of the KRC bookstore, the is in the book, platform. And it was really cool. I was talking to somebody and they start singing the song, and I didn't realize that, a lot of times we doing things we do in our childhood affects us as adults, and we don't realize it. And
Right.
The name actually was something that was embedded in me when I was as a kid listening to Reading Rainbow. And so people be like, they sing the song. I'd be like, you know what, you sure right. And I didn't realize that I had picked that up from that particular show. So that was something that was very, very much a part of the Black culture.
Love Reading Rainbow.
The Reading Rainbow. Yes, ma'am. So
Mm.
I thought that was awesome. I thought that was pretty cool. I wanted to share that.
Well, um, if people want to, if they're in the Houston area and want to attend your event, how do we have some information on that in the chat, Rhonda?
Well, no, but I do have the KRC bookstore Instagram, and there's a flyer about the event on the Instagram page. And I also have a link to the bookstore website in the chat already.
Okay. Okay, well,
as simply as they send me, you can definitely always shoot me a message if for whatever reason you cannot remember the Instagrams. All our platforms are KRC Bookstore, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and what's the other one? TikTok. Or you can reach out to me, get on my personal page, get into my chat box. I would love to hear from you. I love hearing from people.
yeah, and she does respond to her DMs. I can attest to that. So anyway, Tammie, thank you for being a guest on Black Authors Matter TV. I hope to see you in July at your event. And
Yes.
Good luck with your bookstore as well.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. And Miss Rhonda, safe travels up to New York.
Thank you.
Pray for your traveling grace. And Miss Gwen, If I don't see you in July and you up there in New York, traveling graces to you as well.
I won't be there in July, but I might be there for the Harlem Book Fair.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it. And me talking to Max just put something in my mind. So I might do that. So anyway, Tammie, thanks for being a guest on the show.
Thank you so much, Miss Gwen. I definitely appreciate you having me on. I do not take these opportunities lightly by far. Much blessings with Black Authors Matter. Best wishes with all that. I pray for growth and so forth. I see you doing your thing. Much blessings to it, as well as you too, Miss Rhonda.
Thank you. You are so sweet, and I hope to stay connected. I gotta get my books into your store. So yeah, we have to stay connected.
Yes, ma'am. Get with me. I definitely have an option for that as well.
Awesome.
Okay, take care.
Yeah, you have a wonderful evening.
Y'all too. Have a blessed day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.